Hi, it is Wednesday morning, 18th of September. This channel is Drips Media, and I will be covering financial news from New York stock exchanges before markets open. The regular trading for the U.S. stock market opens at 9:30 a.m. My name is Daniela Drips. I will be quickly covering yesterday's closing data, main indexes, and the key companies. Please follow us online.
Good morning. This is Drips Media, lid from New York. Drips Media, the revolutionary digital service that transforms the way you stay informed. With Drips Media, you get real-time news delivered in dynamic short video clips, keeping you updated on the latest headlines as they happen. Our cutting-edge technology curates and condenses top stories. Whether you're on the go or just need a quick update, Drips News ensures you're always in the know, effortlessly. Stay connected, stay informed, and experience news like never before with Drips News.
Turning our attention to the broader market, the S&P 500 index edged up slightly, closing at 5,634.6, a gain of 0.03%. This marks the seventh straight day of gains for the index, highlighting the persistent positive sentiment among investors. Meanwhile, the tech-heavy NASDAQ continued its volatile week, reversing yesterday's losses to close at 17,628.1, a 0.2% increase. This suggests that investors are carefully weighing recent economic data against the potential for continued growth in the technology sector. The Dow Jones Industrial Average also showed resilience, closing at 37,895.5, a 0.1% uptick. This positive performance was largely driven by strong gains in the technology sector. Speaking of tech, Apple saw its stock price climb back up yesterday, closing at 216.8, a 0.2% increase. This reversal follows 2 days of losses for the tech giant, suggesting investors might be seeing renewed value in the company. Meanwhile, Google continued its upward trajectory, notching its fifth consecutive day of gains. The search engine giant's stock closed at 159.3, a 0.8% increase, indicating continued investor confidence in the company's future prospects. And finally, Microsoft rounded out the positive trend in the tech sector, closing at 435.2, a 0.9% jump. This marks the seventh consecutive day of gains for Microsoft, highlighting the software giant's sustained momentum in the market. However, it wasn't all smooth sailing in the tech world. Tesla experienced a slight pullback, with its stock price closing at 265.3, down 0.6% from the previous day. This comes after a period of significant gains for the electric vehicle maker, suggesting some investors might be taking profits off the table. In other market news, the energy sector showed signs of life, buoyed by a rise in oil prices. ExxonMobil, a bellwether for the industry, saw its stock price climb to 110.2, a gain of 1.2%. This positive performance in the energy sector could indicate growing confidence in the global economic recovery. Finally, gold, often seen as a safe haven asset, edged slightly lower, with the price per ounce closing at 1,955.4, a 0.1% decrease. This suggests that investors might be shifting their focus towards riskier assets, such as stocks, as the economic outlook continues to improve. Meta Platforms, the parent company of Facebook and Instagram, also saw its stock price rise, closing at 536.3, a 0.6% gain. This marks 2 consecutive days of gains for Meta, suggesting that the social media giant might be regaining its footing after a period of volatility. However, Not all tech stocks enjoyed the same positive momentum. NVIDIA, a leading manufacturer of graphics processing units, saw its stock price dip to 115.6, a 1.0% decrease. This marks 3 consecutive days of losses for NVIDIA, potentially indicating investor concern about the company's future growth prospects. Turning our attention to e-commerce, Amazon saw its stock price rebound yesterday, closing at 186.9, a 1.1% increase. This reversed 2 days of losses for the online retail giant, suggesting that investors might be seeing renewed value in the company's dominant market position and growth potential. Amazon's rival in the e-commerce space, Alibaba, also experienced a positive day, with its stock price closing at 95.7, a 0.5% increase. This suggests that the positive sentiment in the e-commerce sector might be extending beyond just the U.S. market. Meanwhile, NVIDIA, a key player in the semiconductor industry, continued to face headwinds, with its stock price closing at 115.6, a 1.0% decrease. This marks 3 consecutive days of losses for NVIDIA, bringing its 5-day gain to 6.9% and potentially indicating investor concern about the company's future growth prospects, despite a 133% surge since the beginning of the year. The chipmaker's stock has retreated 3.2% so far this month. So, while some tech giants are enjoying a resurgence, others are facing challenges, reminding us that the market remains dynamic and sensitive to a complex interplay of factors. The financial sector also saw a mixed bag of results. Bank of America posted solid gains, with its stock price closing at 39.6, a 1.2% increase. This marks 2 consecutive days of gains for the banking giant. Similarly, J.P. Morgan, another major player in the financial sector, saw its stock price rise to 209.3, a 0.7% gain, also marking 2 consecutive days of gains. However, Morgan Stanley bucked the trend, with its stock price dipping slightly to 99.8, a 0.3% decrease. This reversed 2 days of gains for the investment bank. Meanwhile, in the payments processing sector, both Visa and MasterCard continued their upward momentum. Visa's stock price closed at 291.6, a 0.4% increase, marking 4 consecutive days of gains. MasterCard saw its stock price climb to 501.0, a 0.7% increase, extending its winning streak to 7 consecutive days of gains. These mixed results within the financial sector suggest that investors are carefully assessing the impact of potential interest rate hikes and the overall economic outlook. The positive momentum continued for Bank of America, as the banking giant saw its stock price close at 39.6, a 1.2% increase. This marks 2 consecutive days of gains for Bank of America and brings its 5-day gain to 0.7%. However, the stock is still down 2.3% for the month. Despite the recent dip, Bank of America's stock has surged 20% since the start of the year, outperforming the broader market. The stock's positive performance over the past 2 days suggests that investors might be regaining confidence in the bank's ability to navigate the current economic climate. Shifting gears to the cryptocurrency market, Bitcoin, the world's largest digital currency, saw its price dip slightly yesterday, closing at 60,181.1, a 0.2% decrease. This reversed 1 day of gains for Bitcoin. Dogecoin, often seen as a more lighthearted cryptocurrency, edged up slightly, closing at 10 cents, a 0.01% increase. This marks 2 consecutive days of gains for Dogecoin. Finally, Ethereum, the second largest cryptocurrency by market capitalization, also experienced a pullback, closing at 2320.3, a 0.9% decrease. This reversed one day of gains for Ethereum. These recent fluctuations in the cryptocurrency market highlight the volatile nature of digital assets. Despite the slight dip yesterday, Bitcoin has still seen a 2.1% increase in value this month, and a staggering 42% surge since the beginning of the year. This suggests that while short-term volatility is to be expected, the long-term outlook for Bitcoin remains positive. However, it's worth noting that Bitcoin has experienced gains during 4 of the last 10 trading days, indicating a degree of uncertainty in its recent price movements. Investors will be closely watching to see if Bitcoin can regain its upward momentum or if further consolidation is on the horizon.